Okay, joining me as promised. I'm not taking my glasses off because I cannot wait to do this. He is a great friend of mine, and zooming in from the great outdoors here in beautiful, lovely Southern California, sheltered in place himself, one of the stars of Goldbergs, and of course, Curb Your Enthusiasm, my buddy Jeff Garlin. How are you, Jeff?
I got to tell you, I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Couple of thoughts. Number one, this is the only show I'm doing. I've said no to other. I don't want to name names, but just know other famous sports talk shows, other shows. I mean everything, and then also all those damn things where you're performing from your living room.
Yes.
Oh, screw that. I mean, if you want to watch me, I'm on Netflix, I'm on HBO, I'm on ABC. I'm good. I don't need anyone to watch me during a pandemic. And the other thing
Yes.
I want to say is, how blessed are we to live in Southern California? Because the idea that people are putting up with this shit in cold places,
Right.
and for us, it's kind of cool right now. It's not even that warm, but wow, to be able to sit outside
I don't
and
know.
read a book, what have you, delightful.
So are
And
you
I'm good being alone.
okay? So you are flat out quarantined, like you're.
I'm quarantined. I'm with my little dog Sage. Sage is the dog from the Goldbergs.
Are you
You know, it's
serious?
oh yeah, about 6 months ago, I said to the dog's trainer on the show,
Uh-huh.
I said, I'm thinking about getting a dog. She goes, would you like Sage? Apparently, and Sage plays Lucky. She doesn't answer to Lucky. She's not an actor that much.
Okay.
But anyway, hey, Sage,
Let's see, Sage.
Sage, come here. Yeah, she'll come next to me. She's so adorable, and what a great mate. I mean, holy shit! For what is it, like 12 days I've been in?
Yeah.
My best friend, come here, come up here, come here. I want to show here. Can I do the rock around thing or whatever? Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh my God, there's Sage.
Yeah. Hi, baby.
That's
You're
Lucky.
good. Yeah, it's Lucky. She's just the people are missing my face.
Can you hear my kids out? Can you hear my kids?
Yeah, I can hear your kids, but you're blessed. I know, but on the flip side, my boys are with Marla. Boys, when I say boys, for those who are watching, my sons are 19 and
Right.
24. One just turned 24. One's about to turn 20.
Right.
But I miss them terribly, and I would have loved if one of them was here with me.
We sheltered in place with you. So what does a day consist for you, Jeff? What does a day consist for?
I'm watching a lot of Netflix and Amazon Prime, Hulu, all these different things. I hang and play with my dog. I play guitar. I'm writing.
Okay.
I'm working on a bunch of different TV shows and movies. So I'm doing a lot of writing. Napping.
How are you as a napper? You're an excellent napper, like a world.
No, don't. You just threw me a softball, and you know it. I am the best. You know, Marla used to say that the only reality show that I would ever go on is Napping with the Stars, because I would destroy my little bench here. I could fall asleep here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm not going to do
the Stars, and that,
yeah.
so you might be a judge on Napping with the Stars, though, right? I mean, you wouldn't just be a contestant. I think you'd be a better.
By the way, you say that, and I never took it that far, but hell yes. Just sitting. Can you imagine? All right, picture 3 stars judging as someone climbs up, and what they can do is they can sleep on anything. That's the skill. A bed of nails, a real bed, a stool, and see where they fall asleep, and then we critique them while they're napping. Can I tell you something? If that's not hilarious, I don't know what is.
You could basically say, you know what, I appreciate the way that you lied down, and I appreciate the way that you got calm real quick, but your REM state can use a little bit of work.
No, you're being far too gracious. I would be hard. I
Yeah.
go, that was an embarrassment. You call that a nap? That's not a nap. That's an embarrassment. I would not be gentle with the bad nappers, but I'd be effusive. You're a good napper. I'm in.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
you can recognize greatness when you see it.
I need a. This thing doesn't move.
What do
So
you have
I
it
just,
on?
well, I want to make sure that. Tell me when I'm looking at you.
You're looking at me right now.
Done. Okay, we're good.
To use a curb, I guess, moment, you are looking more like Harvey Weinstein right now, just like in the
Well,
episode.
yeah, because I've got the gruff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. More like, but not like. I look nothing like a rapist. I am not a. Stop it. People
That
come
was
up to me. Hey, Harvey, shut up. Shut up. No. But by the way, yes. But I'm in the process because I'm done. Unfortunately, done with the Goldbergs. I'm in the process now of growing a beard.
okay. That's what you're doing. That's what you're gonna.
Yeah, once it even gets to be about yours, I'll be fine with the Harvey stuff.
Yeah, this is like day 8. You know, this is what I got going on right now.
Oh,
And
I have day 10. I'm actually further along than you. I can't tell. I don't look. Can I be honest with you? Don't look at my face a lot. I don't go in the mirror and go, "What's going on up there?" I don't. I shave in the shower when I would.
okay.
The only time I look in the mirror is when I brush my teeth. Don't know why, but that's what I do.
Right, sure. How'd you the season of Curb was just amazing, Jeff. I mean, it was just as laugh out loud as it has ever been. What was your favorite?
Do you remember me? I mean, I told you a long time ago before you saw them because you're part of the Curb viewing team
Right,
or whatever it's called.
right.
I told you it's my favorite season.
It you did
I
tell us.
did.
Like what
Yeah.
now that we've seen it, what made it your
Well,
favorite?
to me, everyone has gone into a store or a coffee place or whatever and been treated poorly
Right.
and thought to myself, how the fuck can I get you? It takes an insane person to walk outside, see a place for rent, and build a spite store. I got to tell you, I don't remember laughing as hard as I did at Sean Penn in the bird store. I mean, that was a punch in the face laugh. That killed me.
That was brilliant, and that was
Yeah.
in the season finale. My favorite part about Larry's Spite store was no defecating. There were no places
No defecating.
for you.
Do you know when we would film all that stuff, I would just be bursting out laughing. You know, it's ironic that we did the poop episode because Larry doesn't really like that kind of humor.
Right,
You know, the licorice episode.
right. That's
And
right.
and it was so. I guess if he's gonna do it, it's gonna be because that to me was the funniest episode. When Richard, you hear his stomach when he's
That's
on stage.
as he's
I,
doing
I I was crying.
as he was doing a performance of Marty on stage, live Marty.
No, no, it wasn't Marty. It was the one with oh
I thought that's what
about
he.
the mentally challenged guy.
Oh, I forgot that. Forget what that was.
I forgot the name of it. It's not Marty. Marty's not mentally challenged. When we were all mentally challenged.
That's right, right,
You know
right.
what I mean? But
Man, that was so funny. And another funny, hilarious episode was, one of my favorite scenes was you.
I know what you're gonna say.
Well,
Hanukkah.
I hope this is right, but you taking Susie to the airport.
Yeah, singing Hanukkah, or was it dreidel?
Decided to drop her off because you go on a golf trip. By the way, Vince Vaughn was phenomenal this year. And
the best, so talented.
you wanted to go on a Pebble Beach golf trip, and she just sensed your euphoria and
I know. I know.
by saying, "Screw it, I am not going."
I had a lot of fun shooting that scene.
Well, I assume that was your choice of song to sing, correct?
Yes, they told me any song I wanted.
Yes.
It was Larry and Jeff Schaefer, for those of you not watching, who's a director and a producer.
Right.
Larry's a producer, I'm a producer, and John Heyman, Carol Leifer. I want to name all the people that come up with the creative stuff. Anyhow, Larry and Jeff said to me, I go, "You guys got a song in mind?" Because when I read it, there was no song. It was long before. And they said, "No, whatever you want." And as soon as I said Hanukkah, they both started laughing.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, we had Nick Kroll in studio a couple weeks ago before.
Oh yeah, for the ugly section.
Oh my God. There was,
Okay, so dig this.
yeah,
We're filming the guy having the heart attack in the ugly section.
right.
Larry and I are seated, as in the show, across the restaurant in the ugly section.
Mhm.
And we watched as real time, we're sitting there. And the first time we shot it, we're not on camera. It's just on the angle of Nick coming out and going, help me, someone's had a heart attack in the good looking section. Or ugly section,
Right.
because we were in the good-looking section.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow,
into,
Larry David and I looked at each other. The first take, when he did it, it took us 10 minutes to stop laughing.
why?
Because it was just you read it. Larry writes it, you read it, and seeing it is a whole other. What happened? Am I gone now? What happened?
There you are. Yeah.
Okay. Because my thumb's holding the bottom. You get off my. There we go. All right. So you read it and you laugh because it's funny.
Right.
But seeing it, especially for the first time, especially something that absurd, destroyed he and I. We were crying. We were laughing so hard. But I have to say, on that show, there is so much joy in doing the work on that show, being, improvising and being on camera and filming it, that I'm not going to say literally, but most of our day is spent laughing really hard. I'll never have this much joy doing a show ever.
Well, it comes through, Jeff, and we sit there as fans and watch it and just, JB Smoove, every word out of his mouth.
Well, and by the way, also, what's also great for all of us is everybody who works on the show, all the actors, our improvisers and producers are champs. So it's like you're spending time with quality people and laughing all day. It's like, this is just amazing, because even when I go on to do other things, like I've done an improvised movie with Bob Odenkirk and a bunch of people called Dealing with Idiots, that was about Little League Baseball. That was so joyful, so fun, laughed all the time. But I wrote it, so it's not going to be as funny if Larry David wrote it.
Now,
and I'm not being mean to myself.
Oh, I know.
I'm comparing myself to a genius. I have moments of genius comedically, but I am not an out-and-out genius. I am honored to work with one. So no matter what, I think whatever I do could be great, could be, don't know, whatever my next thing is. But unless Larry David's running it, it will not be anything as good as Curb.
Well, I'm hearing one of the next things you'll be doing is another season of Curb, Jeff. Is that true?
Well, yeah. That's yeah. Well, yeah, because have they started? Did they tell you?
There might be some FaceTiming. There might be some Zooming.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, because they're bored. Well, but I have a strong feeling we'll do another season. A strong feeling.
It has to happen. I mean, it is.
Well, yeah, I think that the response. I was just talking to Larry the other day, and the response from people has so energized us. Not that we didn't have passion or energy for the show, but we're so appreciative of people's reaction to this season, which I can unequivocally say in 10 seasons, our strongest reaction, season 10, which is really crazy. Our show's crazy to begin with, but to have the season that people love the most being season 10, wow. And so I know we're really excited about doing another season if it works out.
Fantastic.
I say if it works out, because here's the thing people have to understand. Jeff and Larry will bounce ideas. Larry will go right. And by the way, I've said this on your show before. I have never in the history of our show pitched an idea to Larry David. Not one.
Right.
All right. Yet people come up to me on the street and they give me their ideas. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'm worthy of doing it. How are you? and I tell them it's not going to be funny, go ahead. And then every one of them, I react like they just gave me a bad nap. You call that a nap? And I'll say to them, see, it stinks. I'll say that to people. Don't give it to me. But anyhow, it's yeah, I'm just joyous about the opportunity of doing another season.
It would be great. It would be great. All right, so let's get to a little bit of sports. What'd you think
By
of?
the way, I'm dying to talk anything sports. I'm always, by the way, for you, anything.
I love
Mostly, I'm like, I don't want to talk about Curb, but let's go, Daddy-O.
it. Okay, Nick Foles is a Bear. What'd you think of that move?
Good.
Why?
Actually, I think like Jimmy Graham, good move. Nick Foles, very good, because what he is a competent quarterback. So either he'll push Trubisky to raise his game, and by the way, my gut, you want my prediction on Trubisky? He doesn't run the gamut with the Bears. He's done with the Bears after his contract runs out. He goes to somebody else. Someone gets injured, he gets in, he does great because he's the guy. Different type things for rookie quarterbacks. He's the guy who needed to and needs to sit behind a guy like Nick Foles for a season or two. Now, what's unfortunate right now is the timing, because the Bears have this killer defense.
Right.
I mean, a great defense, top 5 in the NFL. And then you add,
Robert Quinn had too, I thought.
Yeah, but also, the offensive line didn't do the job last year. Mm-hmm. And if people want to know why, I blame Trubisky. Don't get me wrong, and I'm an American, so I'm blaming. I hate blame, but offensive line play not so great. Play calling not so great. Thought the receivers fantastic. So running game could have been better, but I blame the running game, by the way, on the offensive line. There's only one kind of running back that can work with a shitty offensive line, and that is Jim Brown, Walter Payton. Right. Like, they have to be the extreme, amazing top of the world. Otherwise, because Payton didn't always have a good offensive line. He didn't. He had a fun offensive line, and they gelled. But for years, he did not have a good offensive line. But he's Walter Payton. Well, the Bears don't have anyone remotely close to Walter Payton,
I thought not keeping Jordan Howard was a big mistake,
And by the way, who's going to benefit now is the Dolphins. Jordan Howard's, I think, only 27.
I mean, he couldn't, stay healthy all last season for the Eagles, but when he was healthy, I mean,
when he was just fed the ball over and over, boom, boom, boom. I don't know what went down with him and the coach or him and the GM. Something had to have gone down to get rid of a player like that.
But I think you're right that this is as I said this on the show when the trade happened, was one of the last days that we were in studio, was that it lifted the kimono on their thoughts that Trubisky may not be the guy. And
they can't come out and say it until they cut him. And you want to know what Ryan Pace is hoping for? And I'm going to go in and I'm going to do conjecture. Okay. I'm not big on conjecture. He is hoping that either his boy Mitch or probably will be Nick Foles will be a good quarterback, have a really great season, make the playoffs. I mean, dream is the Super Bowl, but make the playoffs, do decent on the playoffs, maybe lose the championship game. And then the next year when he releases Trubisky, it'll be like, well, we're in a good position. We're moving forward. Do you know what I mean? Instead of what might happen is they stink again this year. They barely eked out 8-8 last year. So if they barely do that again, Pace has lost his job. No matter how much the Bears are not the kind of organization that fires easy.
Right, I know. It's something.
I wish the Bears coach was, and the best coach they've had the past 25 years, Lovie Smith.
Yeah, huh?
Lovie Smith, loved by his players, got the team to a Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? Rex. That's hard.
Rex.
No, everyone loved Lovie. Chicago, lovey. Since then, not so fun.
Well, I mean, 2 years ago, that's the whole thing, is that when Trubisky was winging it around and they got the double doink to knock him out of the playoffs, which, by the way, was the last time Nick Foles won a game as a quarterback.
Right.
Enough. It looked like it was going to, go in this direction, but they don't have the same weaponry that the Chiefs have, and that's obviously the offense.
They did right, but so then no one's saying they're going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon. But I'm pretty pleased with the receiver core. They can do a little. They can improve everywhere, but mostly, now that we've got a actual quarterback, not a star, but boy oh boy, this guy he's a good quarterback, a very good quarterback. Not great, but has moments of greatness. Maybe
Right.
he's the equivalent of me.
He's a good napper.
But
Trubisky.
he's a good napper. But the point being is, Trubisky got his shot, couldn't do it.
I know. Hey, did you hear the ESPN documentary on Jordan might be moved up because they're trying to, obviously put programming on the air?
Well, I heard a rumor, like, they said, look, it's not finished. And me doing what I do, I know when you're not ready for something to be seen by a group. But I heard that some people have already seen it and said it's great.
I mean,
like some people at ESPN. So maybe they're just rushing right now to finish it, and they'll get it up. It'll be so exciting.
Your favorite Jordan moment? Give it to me. Which out of all of the moments was your favorite Michael Jordan?
Well, I mean, I would say the shot. I mean, for me, I've got two of them. Okay. One is personal. One is completely on the court. On the court was the shot with the flu against the Cavs.
Okay.
That was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I'll tell you why, and it's ironic I'm talking about coronavirus, but the coronavirus doesn't feel like the flu. I've gotten the flu shot for over 25 years, not gotten the flu in over 25 years. I hate nausea. Not that anyone's like, oh, I can't wait to get nauseous again. But it's the only thing that brings about dread, depression. When I get nauseous as a human being, I completely collapse. I made a joke in my act that the only two things I actually hate are nausea and Nazis. And I said the worst thing in the world would be to be captured by Nazis while having the flu. So I don't like. So the idea.
The flu. You're mixing your two shot. The flu game was against the Jazz in the finals, but I think you were about to say the shot over Elo for the Cavs.
Was it? Wait, no. Maybe I'm right. Wait, hold on. Wasn't the flu game against Cleveland?
Yeah, but the Cleveland shot was the one over Elo where they finally.
Yeah, but I thought he had the flu.
No, that's just. I think he was very healthy that day, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You're the big Bulls fan.
No, I'm not the Bulls fan. I'm the Clippers fan.
Oh, that's right.
Do not insult me by saying I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I'm a Michael Jordan Bulls fan, but I am all in on the Clippers.
God, you're a Bomber BFF all of a sudden.
I'm a Bombers BFF, and I have season tickets I bought. Best purchase ever, because I bought them before we signed the two guys. And I say we, because I'm going to be part of the. I'm going to ask Steve if I can give him $100 to be part of the ownership group. Just to have my picture as part of the. I am. You think I'm kidding? I won't do 100. I'll do the $100 is equal to a penny, probably, in the world of
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, but I'm going to ask him how much can you say junior owner? I want to be called the junior owner in the program. What can I do that?
No, here we go, and then we'll bring it full circle. Napping owner. A napping owner.
Napping owner. Naps through all the things.
The Napping Basketball Association. That's the
napping. Well, by the way, that's another thing too. But then how could you make a shot? Well, what were you asking me when I went on the nausea tangent?
No, just
the game or the Jordan game. Yeah, I don't know.
What's your personal one? What's the personal one?
Personal one. I was with Alan Havey in Chicago. Bulls are playing the championship series, the Knicks. Which that's who they used to always, it was either the Pistons or the Knicks. It seemed like that's who we had to get through. And the Knicks, it was just so interesting. So Havey got an all-access pass. So I'm in the bowels, yes, literally the bowels of old Chicago Stadium,
Mhm.
and the Bulls come out, and they're kind of loose. They're not like tight, but Jordan walks out, and damn if they all don't get really loose immediately. It's almost like, oh, right, he's playing. And they're all like talking and slapping hands and so fucking loose. All right. I go around the corner and we watch the Knicks. They came out, didn't say a word, didn't touch each other, nothing. The game was already over.
Done, done, finished. And I was on the Knicks side of that, and we just always knew Jordan
So was Alan Havey. Alan Havey was a big Knicks guy.
always
And
Jordan was going to cut out our hearts and show it to us pumping.
by the way, yeah,
We
I mean, I
we
love the
got
I
Clippers.
like the Knicks. I like the Knicks. What did you say? You met Jordan in person? You said?
No, I was saying that Jordan, we always knew that he would cut out our hearts and show it to us pumping. And then the one time when Jordan was playing for the White Sox, Charles Smith kept missing one layup after another. It's like still in slow motion.
Well, that memory is hilarious. That memory is hilarious. No, Michael Jordan, Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, few guys you can mention in that breath.
I agree.
You know, yeah. So no, that was amazing, and the privilege of seeing Jordan play in person on the Bulls, you know. But I took it for granted. I was young.
I'm sure. All right, Jeff, you're a good man to step outside in your backyard amidst
But
your.
wait, hold on 1 second. I know you want to wrap this up, and believe me, I regret doing this. Um, what I wanted to talk about was yesterday was opening day, or are you airing this today? Being yours.
Friday. Yep.
Okay, Friday. Okay. Well, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was opening day without it being opening day.
Right.
That to me is hurting so much not being able. There's a look for me. Baseball is the opposite of nausea. Nausea depresses me, throws me out of whack. Baseball steers me straight.
I agree with you.
Takes care of me. It's like someone petting my head. So I'm alone and no one's petting my head, Rich.
No David Ross to pet your head.
David Ross, by the way, you know damn well if David Ross is sitting right here and I said, David, let's show Rich, pet my head. He would pet my head and tell me everything's going to be okay. And you know what else? So would Joe Madden. That's the kind of man you got to be to lead the Chicago Cubs.
That's
One
right.
that would pet my head.
Certainly, since you probably haven't got a haircut in quite some time, it looks like.
I have not. By the way, did you watch Joe Madden take his bike ride?
No, I didn't.
Oh, find it.
Okay.
Find it. It's him with a zoom on his head telling you the story of his life in 1979. He actually, because something reminded him of that. But what's amazing about it is just him being so Joe Madden, and he's riding around this trailer park in Arizona, waving at people, and just almost gets runs over, stays completely calm, goes on the local baseball field and talks about how beautiful it is. Anyone watching, look up Joe Madden on his bike ride. It was so inspiring. By the way, doesn't say the most interesting stuff. It's the way he says it that makes it delightful. All right, that's all I'm saying. He talks about painting a restaurant and things. You go, oh, that's interesting. You painted a restaurant. Conversation over. He keeps going and going, but the way he does it is so beautiful. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try and get my hand on the original copy of it.
Okay, we'll look for it. I'll look for it. I love you, Jeff Garlin. Thanks for doing this.
I love you too, Rich Eisen, and good luck, everybody. Stay safe, just stay safe. All right, later.
Love you, bud. Take it easy.
Bye. Bye.